days, there is a wealth of information available at our fingertips. In an age of excess of information, how do we choose what to focus on, and how do we know what to trust? I know I won't believe tabloid news anymore. Brad and Angelina are getting divorced again. Jen is having quadruplets. Come on. Well, the same is true for news about science and medicine. On the internet, anyone can write about these topics regardless of their expertise or intentions. Most of us don't have the time or knowledge to examine all scientific information on a particular subject. Instead, we rely on journalists and bloggers to do it for us. These sources are great. They process complex information and summarize the important points for us to learn. However, this can sometimes lead to problems such as generalizations, faulty information, and reporting out of context. Authors can also introduce their own biases and perspectives in order to influence the interpretation of scientific data. Therefore, it's important to become a critical reader in daily life in order to sort the good from the bad information. To start, ask yourself, what is this author trying to accomplish? They may be trying to educate you, or they may be trying to change your opinion about something. Emotional language is often used as a tool to do this. For example, controversial topics can lead authors to appeal to our emotions and not reason for us to agree with them. Science reporting also goes awry when findings are generalized, taken out of context, or when outrageous claims are made about modest findings. For example, a scientific study may find that taking a type of medication increases the risk of liver failure from 0.02% to 0.04%. Clearly, you can see the change in risk is very little. However, anyone saying that your risk would double because of this medication would be telling the truth, but they wouldn't be giving you an accurate picture, would they? So now we know about the kinds of biases that exist in science news. But what about scientists themselves? How come they seem so sure? Well, one of the most fundamental aspects of the scientific method is the use of controls. Controls help us determine whether the effect we observe is caused by the variable we manipulate or something else. For example, if I want to know how adding chocolate chips will change the taste of my peanut butter cookie, I can add the chips and compare them to my original recipe. If I keep all of the ingredients and baking steps the same, with the only difference being the chocolate chips, then my original recipe serves as a control to my delicious taste experiment. In addition, in order for scientific data to be published, it first has to undergo peer review. This is the scrutiny of a scientist's work by other scientists, and only when the work is considered to be of good quality by these reviewers, it is then allowed to be published for the rest of the world to see. This is a very important aspect of how science is carried out in the world, because it ensures that the leading scientific minds and the community they represent approve of a researcher's methods, results, and conclusions. Still, even after a research study has been carried out and its findings published, it is not until the study has been replicated that it can be truly trusted. If other researchers can obtain the same findings under the same conditions, then their conclusions are more likely to be valid. Some studies cannot be reproduced by other researchers and are disproven. Therefore, it is the body of evidence behind a theory that gives weight to it, not just single studies. Even though scientists try their best, they're still subject to the same errors we all are. We see this in research papers when authors list the limitations of their research. It gives us confidence to know that scientists themselves are open to questioning and revising their theories based on the evidence available. And this is one of the most important and celebrated aspects of the scientific method. So there you go. Now you can use this knowledge to better judge the quality of the information you're reading next time.